What is up, Predators? It looks like I'm getting ready for an elk hunt here, but actually not. I'm getting ready to try some elk gear for my upcoming elk hunts this year, and also all the other hunts that I'm going to be doing. I'm hoping to do some Kansas or Missouri deer. We're also going to go hunt some pronghorn in South Dakota, hopefully, fingers crossed. So I wanted to have some new gear to try out for this year. The bow, I think I'm going to stick with the bow. The Matthews lift is still running great for me, but I got a couple things sent to me by a company called Moxule. Moxule basically makes bags and Bino harnesses and such. And so they basically sent me these things to try out. And they couldn't have better timing because I'm actually in the market right now for a new Bino harness. I got tired of the Marsupial. I've done some modifications to it. It worked pretty good. Still works great, honestly. But I'm looking for something a little bit different now. And also I'm looking for a medium-sized elk pack because the one I have right now is great. It's a great bag, but it's super big and super heavy. So looking for some new gear. So when Moxule reached out to me to try this out, I said, hey, let's see what you got, because I'm really interested in seeing if this gear stacks up to the quality of the things I've already got. This is the time of year where I like to buy new gear and test it out and get everything set up so that when this hunting season comes around, I've already got really well tried, really established gear. So today what we're going to be checking out is the Moxule Bino harness and the Moxule backpack here. And then we're going to see if this gear is ready for me to use for my elk hunt or if I need to keep looking for something else. So right now we're heading into spring, or kind of the pre-spring here in Texas. So it's nice and warm outside. You see I'm wearing shorts right now because it's been hot all day. Nice cool evenings, very spring. This is the time whenever I'm hammering down on my fitness, starting to do my cardio and stuff like that, really getting out there so that I'm ready for hunting season. Another thing I'm trying out new is, like I said, just some new supplements from First Form. So if you are into getting in healthy shape and, you know, making yourself last longer, taking some collagen to help your joints heal, I recommend you check out the First Form supplements. It's what I use. It really helped me get strong in the gym and make sure that I'm getting my gains, keeping my mental clarity, and really just making my most of that time in the gym, because I travel a lot for work, for my day job. I'm always jet setting and flying somewhere. I just got back from Indianapolis. I don't always have the most time to be in the gym and really just knocking out 2-hour workouts anymore. So what I have to do is I have to make sure that the time that I spend in the gym is maximized. So I've been using the pre-workout. I use the Project one from First Form, as well as the Megawatt whenever I don't want quite as much caffeine. Really good trying to get it. Tomorrow I am going to be going for a nice run before I have to fly out Friday for more work. So I'm going to be using the Enduriformance, the stimulant-free pre-workout. Doing that, and I'm really going to be getting back into shape. So if you want to check it out, there's a link down in the description of the First Form supplements. Join the group there. It is a great community. Really, guys, you need to get in there, get in the gym, make yourself stronger, you know, be able to pull back stronger bows, be faster arrows, be more lethal, and just be able to get further back into that backcountry whenever you're on your hunt. So check out my list of my First Form supplements that I use over on my Linktree page, or you can check it out down in the description below and go straight to the site. And if you try it out, I know you won't regret it. Okay, so the first thing I got is the Moxule Bino harness here. Like I say, I'm coming from the Marsupial Bino harness. And the first thing I'm going to say is, just noting on this, this does have a much more rigid hood flap on it, and it's got these little side tabs just like the Marsupial does, but this one's much more rigid, which I don't know, I don't really have any super strong feelings about. I guess if I fell, I wouldn't question the durability of this one as much, whereas, you know, if the one with the Marsupial is a lot more flexible, I might punch in with, like, if I landed on a rock or a stick and hit my binos. Don't want that. They still do have magnets in here, but the first thing I can notice just by looking at this little flap here is the magnets are much smaller. So that's something I'm going to test. I'm going to test the magnetism of this and see if it actually messes up my compass or not, because that was the deal on my Marsupial harness, because it had some really beefy magnets in there, which makes it a really good solid closure, but it does mess up your compasses. I found that. Me, Dean, and Chris were out elk hunting in Utah, and we found that because I had my Garmin, I think it was actually over here, is mounted over here. And even being on a strap over here on the side, that Garmin Explore GPS had a lot of struggles. There were not even any magnets on this side of the harness. It was just the ones on the actual harness up here that were strong enough to affect that. So I'm not sure if that's going to be a problem here, but we're going to check it out for sure, so you know. All right, so I've got this app right here. This is called Physics Suite, and it's basically got a bunch of internal apps here to test different things. We're going to be using the magnetometer, and that's going to be able to test, you know, the magnetism of these magnets and is it going to affect it. And then we're also going to be bringing up Maps app to test out if the map compass is affected by the magnets here. So I'm going to put this just a little bit of ways away. And then I'm going to bring this up slowly so we can see if that's affecting it. So this is the magnetic field right here. Okay, and I'm basically going to move it closer. And you can see I'm 6 inches away there, 8 inches away, and you can see as I get closer, it is definitely spiking here. So it is showing that it has a good amount of magnetism there, and it really starts significantly at about 6 inches away from that. Okay, so now we're going to jump over into the Maps app and see if our compass is really affected by the magnetism here. Okay, so we basically got the compass here. We're going to check it out now and see if it distorts on there. So I'm going to turn this in, getting closer. Oh, you saw that spin there? So when I get the compass really close, it does spin. So let's go off to the side. You can see I'm keeping the phone in the same orientation, but the compass is flipping dramatically as I get closer to this. So what am I going to recommend? I'm going to recommend that if you are using a compass with this Bino harness, that you don't keep it near a digital compass, that is. Don't use it or keep it near here where you're supposed to, you know, where you have these magnets. If you wanted to, keep this like in your back pocket or something. Or alternatively, I want to see if Moxule can make a mag-free Bino harness, because I think that would be the best option. We'll see. I might do it in another video, but I might actually see if there's a way to, because it's got this little flap on there. I think it'd be easy to manipulate like the Marsupial and make another attachment mechanism here that doesn't use magnets. Especially because I got room on here, I could add some kind of little clasp or something like that. But yeah, with Bino harnesses, I want to see them make a version of it without magnets, because I think that would be ideal. Over here though, on the side pouch, there are no magnets. This is the rangefinder pouch. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to try a little bit different orientation of things on here, because it kind of invites you to strap this right to the side of the harness, and that works okay, but my rangefinder is a Vortex rangefinder and it's not super big. So you can see it's like sunk down in there pretty good. So I actually have to really open this up and dig it out to get to it. This thing's dirty, I need to clean it. But I have to really dig it out because it sits down in there real far. If you had a bigger rangefinder, which I think I do laying around somewhere, it sticks out a little more, it'd be easier to grab. But for right now, it's kind of difficult to grab out of there. It's not hard or anything, but it's just not as easy as I'd like it. But I do like the fact that it's just a strap here and no magnets. I love magnets. It makes life easier in so many ways, but at the same time, they do cause problems, so we're not gonna go do that this time. So I think I'm gonna move this over to this side in a little bit, and I'll show you how it looks over there and how it fits over there. Over here, you've got like a pouch for your cell phone, or if you want to keep your release in here. It's probably what I'm going to be doing is keeping my release in here. I do wish there was an outside pocket on this as well. I know the Marsupial gear, this exact pouch that they have, it does have an outside pouch on there. So, you know, that would be nice to have, you know, so I can stick like my release here and my phone's in this one. But I found that even this pouch right here is a little bit small for even like an iPhone. So if you have like, I have like an iPhone 14 and it still sticks out the top a little bit. If I'm just temporarily holding it, that's not a big deal. Or there's a zipper pouch in the back here of the harness. Let me go ahead and take it off so you can see. There we go. Now you can see that big old blue First Form logo. So anyways, there is a pocket in the back of the pouch here, so you can slide your cell phones in here as well. Plus, this is something the Marsupial didn't have. The one I had didn't have anyways, and it's got a zipper pouch back here. This right here has a rain slick here, like that. I do want to note that I just broke that on camera right now, I believe. Or is it strap? Never mind, it's got a strap. So it's hard to see, kind of tucked in there. I'll bring this closer to the camera in a minute. There's a little strap inside of that pouch to hold this on there. It just came out of the strap, so did not break it. But I like that there's a little bit of there's a rain fly built into it, because that does happen. I mean, the last time we went elk hunting, we got poured on multiple times in rain, so nice to have that with it. Did not have that for my Marsupial. Other things I got attached here, like I say, I had to do a little modification here, and that's these right here. These blocks you see are actually something I 3D printed just to make that strap a little bit shorter. So I have the strap at the shortest length right here, and this might be just a me thing. It might be how I like to wear my harness, but I like to wear it up a little bit higher on my chest. That way, like usually if I'm here and I'm holding my bow, or if I'm getting ready to draw back or something and I need something, like, oh, maybe I'm getting ready to draw back but I realize I don't have my release, it's right here and it's easy to get to. But I also want it to be up against my chest. I don't want it to flap around. And what I found is without these, it definitely did move around a little bit. And so it was like, it was kind of leaning forward off of my chest, and it would kind of flap around like this. The bottom fit great, and it's very adjustable. It's got straps here, long straps, so you can adjust it. That being said though, I do like several things, and that's one of them is the way that this harness comes. Like, it's got these nice long thick nylon straps right here that come off at an angle. That was one of my biggest gripes about the Marsupial harness, was that the straps on it and the back, they kind of came off straight, and they would always get twisted and all sorts of stuff. This is going to make it to where they don't get twisted like that, which is a great thing. Next is the attachment system, and this transfers into their backpack too. The locking and unlocking system for these straps, I can easily remove it by pushing it and sliding it through. So that's really easy to remove. Same thing, I want to put it back on, slide it through, push it, and it just clips in place. But just by regular use and everything, it's not going to come unclipped. So again, bonus points for that. Other than those things, it's got all the standard features you'd find. One of the big things for me is I like this big outside pouch here. Nice quiet zippers. I can fit chapstick, sunscreen, a bow tool, and a broadhead wrench inside this front pouch here. These are all things that I carried in my Marsupial. It does have the bottom molly strap for additional attachments. So if I wanted to add another pouch here, which I definitely would, because I like to have a lot of storage on this. Basically in the woods, this is like a small version of my backpack. All the critical stuff that I would carry whenever I'm going to do like a stalk needs to be in this right here, so that if I need to make quick moves, I can drop my bag and then use everything that's in this for the actual hunt. So like releases, tags, I always carry a knife in here. You know, I got bino harness, or sorry, not a bino harness, a binocular adapter here. So if I want to slap this onto my binoculars real quick, I can do that. Cleaning cloth, rangefinder, releases, all that stuff I keep inside my bino harness here. Other than that, it's got a lot of the most standard features. You know, it's got the retention straps for your binoculars here that are adjustable, have the clips, real quick, easy release clips here. So I just push that little clip in and I can release it. These are my 10x42 Leupold binoculars, and they fit in there perfectly. There is a little bit of extra room, which is okay. So if you have a bigger set of binoculars, you know, you can go with fitting them in here very easily too. And again, I'll put the size on screen here and then the description about which pouch this is exactly, like the size and everything. So I guess this is an initial impressions video. So I want to go take this stuff with me and actually test it out, because even on initial impressions, I want to test out and make sure this is something that's going to work for me in the field. And so we're going to take this on a trip. I'm also taking the bag with me. I'm traveling for work, and I'm going to load my clothes and all my work gear up in this bag and really test it out. All right, what is going on, Predators? We are out here. I'm in this park in Nebraska I found. And I just got back to the car. I've been hiking around a little bit, and I have got this chest pack on here. This is from Moxule. I think I'm saying that right, Moxule. But basically, I've been testing it out. I just wanted to walk around with it in order to get a good feel for how this feels to hike around with. You know, if I'm going out in on an elk hunt or something like that, you know, I want to make sure that this thing is comfortable and it's going to, you know, be something I want to carry in the woods. Previously, I had the Marsupial gear Bino harness. I had the magnetic one that I had to modify to get the magnets out of it. I'm going to do some testing on this one to check and see if the magnets interfere with anything, because, you know, I want to make sure that you know, it's not interfering with my compass or anything like that. And the magnets that were on the Marsupial gear one were very strong magnets, and so they, even with my phone in my side of my harness here, or, you know, on this side, like was where I usually carry it, the magnets on the pack were interfering with the compass on not only my phone but on my Garmin GPS too. And that was a big problem for me, because this was happening to a couple of us one time on an elk hunt, and we were literally walking in circles because of the magnetic interference from the Bino harness. So let's talk about the quality of this harness. So this Moxule harness is does have the magnetic open and closure. It does have this little tab at the top here, so I can open it and close it. Kind of a cool little feature is that it does like a kind of spring, have a little bit of a spring to it. I can't invert the shell because it's a hard shell on there. Not hard, but it's, you know, like a soft, rigid shell, I would say. But it does hold my binos really secure, so I like that it's got some internal. Hey, pup. Hey, pup. Hey. Does it stay open very well? Yeah, I would say it stays open really well, no issues there. The basic pack does come with this little side pouch here, which I'm using for my cell phone. It's a little small for my liking. They do have other optional accessories to put on there, but it's a little bit small for my liking. So this is just a regular iPhone 14 here. And you can see, even with it all the way down in the bottom of it there, it does stick out a little bit. So I think they could make this pouch a little bit bigger for even the most basic cell phones today, are usually a lot bigger than that. So then we got the Bino harness over here. Now this one is not magnetic. This has a little tab here you can see. And if I just pull that tab, it's got a band that opens it up. Now one of the things, like I said, I like that there's no magnets there. One of the things I would criticize about this is that it's kind of wedged up against here. Like, I know my Marsupial gear one, this is actually out, so that instead of it being right up against the side of the harness, it's on the side on this strap here, so that I can attach it on the side, and it's much easier to get to it whenever it's, instead of it facing sideways like this, it's facing this way more, and it's much easier to get the rangefinder in and out. It's not hard here, but you can see my rangefinder is deep down in there in this pocket. Hopefully you can see that. So it's actually kind of difficult here for me to get it out. I have to dig my fingers down in there to get it out. I hadn't attached it yet, but now I got my rangefinder and we're good to go. Putting it back in there, goes in really nice and easy. Now, will it ever fall out? No, it won't fall out of here. It's in there nice and tight. A little bit bigger rangefinder might work in here better because it won't go in as deep, so that way it'll be easier to recover out of it. But the little strap works really nice, no problems there. Now the straps, let's talk about the straps. I do like this system. I'm gonna whip around and show you here. So on the back, I like this strap system here. I like how this works. I probably look really weird because it's like invisible selfie stick thing here. It looks like I'm holding my hand up. I'm like, hey, sorry. But anyways, we're getting around the backside here. So this right here, I like this because it actually really, I feel like it maintains, even better than the Marsupial gear, it maintains that position of these straps better. It feels good on the back. The one problem I have with it was these straps on the top were too long. So I can strap it up pretty tight on the front side here, on the bottom, so that it fits really well. But on the top here, you can see these little 3D printed pieces. These are actually custom. These did not come with it. I had to 3D print these and put them on there, because what was happening is that the strap was way too long. And so with that long strap, it was basically falling forward on the front here. So like whenever I would lean over, the whole Bino harness would lean forward as well, and I didn't like that. Now, with this little 3D printed thing on here, it's perfect. It's great. I love it. Works well. Basically what it does, it just takes up a little bit. It kind of adds a zig and a zag to the harness strap here, and it makes it to where it's now a little bit shorter, shortens the length of it up. So yeah, it's pretty good. Now, let's talk about the price. I think the price of it is fair. I'll put it on the screen here. The price is fair. I do expect a little bit more out of a system that's going to cost this much money, but it is a good quality. It is got some good features on there that I do like. A couple of things I really like. I like the texture of the finish here. I like that it's got this outside pouch on here that's got a lot of room in the front. So I've got like my archery tools, got some chapstick, I've got my broadhead wrench. I can fit all this stuff in here very easily with room to spare. I like it having this kind of pouch where it's got basically like the pouch kind of sticks out a little bit, right? It comes out to the front. I don't really care as much if it sticks out on the front a little bit, as long as I can still clear my bow with it, which I can with this, no problem. I do like that it's got underneath here, it's got the molly straps on the bottom, okay? It's got the molly straps on the side. So it's got plenty of ways to attach attachments, because on my Marsupial gear harness, that's where I have it. I have on the bottom, I've got another little thing that's supposed to hold like rifle shells and stuff like that. But I like to put an extra knife in there, and I also put like, you know, sunscreen, chapstick and stuff like that in that bottom one, so I can easily get to it. I also have some archery tools in there, but I like having those little things with me. I can also put my tags in that, things like that. I can get that and I can attach that to this as well. So I do like having the molly straps on the bottom. That's important to me. Basically, as much as a man would ever own a purse, that's what I want this to be like. I want to have plenty of storage. I want it to be well organized storage, and I want it to be easy to attach other attachments to it. So one thing I will note, like I say, you might have noticed it, I didn't have these attached yet, but they do attach here to, you know, hook up your binoculars, to have a retention strap for safety. I just don't have them hooked up right now. But overall, guys, it's a great harness. I think there's some things that can improve, but I think there's something that can improve on almost every harness out there. I've tried on and tested quite a few of them, not all of them on this channel, but there's always a little bit to improve on. But I think overall, is this a fair deal? Definitely it is a fair deal. It's got a good build quality, and yeah, that's about all I have to say about it. So if you want to check out the Moxule harness, there's a link in the description here. Go check that out. I'll give this a B. It's a good solid B, right? There's some things that can work on. Lost a couple points for that, but overall the materials are great. The fit one's pretty good, especially if you just do something like this to cinch up the extra slack on the top part of these straps for the harness. And then if they had fixed those things, then yeah, I'd give it a solid A, not an A+, but an A. So all in all, guys, I'm going to really level with you. This is a system that I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is a system I'm actually excited to test out. And if you know me very well, you know one thing I do is I don't just always take a piece of gear for what it is, other than like my hunting clothes and stuff. But I don't take a piece of gear and just leave it as it is, as it came from the manufacturer. I like to modify and customize everything to really make it mine, put my own personal touch on it. And that's how I got the grips and everything designed, because the Matthews bow was great, but I think I could make it better if I changed the grip, right? So I made my own grips for it. This harness right here, I think it's really great, and it shows a ton of potential. The build quality is excellent. It fits all the things that I need. It comes with a rainfly built in, but the straps didn't fit right. So I'm gonna customize that, and I'm gonna tailor it to what I need and what I want. So again, I'm really excited to really put this to the test this hunting season. So be looking out for it, because I will be running this in the field. I've made that decision right now, this executive decision right this second. But yeah, we're gonna be testing this out because I'm excited about the potential for it. And there might be some modifications coming, but stay tuned for that. So subscribe to the channel, like this video if you are interested in these kind of gear reviews. I don't do this as like I am the most expert at this, whatever, but I don't do any of these videos on this channel as like I am the expert and you should listen to me. I do this as like I am one of you. I am a guy that is learning the sport every day. The second you think you know everything is the second that you basically become a fool, right? Because you don't know everything. There's always somebody that knows more than you. And so I always just look for what works for me and the way that I do things. And I kind of want to bring a review like that to you guys. Real world, this is me. I'm just a guy like you. I'm trying the gear out. Like I say, this channel, that's one of the most things that's blessed me the most, is that people send me the gear to try so I can tell you, hey, this is great stuff and it's going to save you a ton of money. Or, you know, I've done reviews too where like, yeah, this wasn't the greatest thing, right? You might save money, but if you're just standing in the blind, hey, great, that's going to work great for you. If you are going all the way through the backcountry, don't go there, right? So again, I just thank you guys for watching, because this has been a great opportunity for me, and I thank you for watching. Go check out the new grips and the new gear on the APOD website, Apex Predator Outdoors, or Apex Predator Out, well. So thank you a lot. So thanks a lot, and go check out the new gear that we've got dropping soon on the Apex Predator Outdoors website, apexpredatorod.com. Again, we've moved everything over to Shopify, and I'm loving the website. It's got a real nice look to it, and also it's going to be easier for me to help fulfill those orders in a quicker time for you guys. So go check all this stuff out, all the gear out. Check out Moxule here. Again, links in the description. If they have any discount codes that they're going to send me, I will post those in the description whenever the video goes live, or as soon as they share them with me. But yeah, if you want to try it out, I highly recommend it so far. So thanks for watching, guys. And as always, keep defying the odds.